here's an overview of most of the contents of my vehicle E.D.C survival gear. The first item is a reliable air compressor. It's important to have a high quality one with you because, while there are many different brands available, you need one that's dependable for your specific needs. And next is a first aid kit. A good first aid kit should come with a tourniquet. And further back is a bug-out bag. This contains the essentials like water filters, food, and multiple fire starting tools, including fire steel and lighters, and a specialized fire starter like survival blaze. And there's also another bug-out bag here for a second person. It has just as nearly the same things as the other one, except with a flashlight. Finally, there is a large red and blue bag that serves as the dedicated vehicle survival kit. And unlike the bug-out bags that are meant to be taken out and rucked with, this kit is supposed to stay with the car because it contains a very wide variety of survival items, but there's too much to carry. I also have duct tape too, which is always useful. And you definitely need to have a good quality flashlight because whenever something goes wrong with your car, it can be very hard to see under the hood, and usually we have to check under the hood. And then there's the fact that we're not always driving during the day. Sometimes things happen at nighttime when we're driving. Might be good also to keep a Tonto knife or other multiple knives. You could keep a good folder in there in addition to any fixed blades you might have. You may also want a spotlight like a Coleman for extra visibility. And you should also have more medical supplies and a fixed blade knife tucked away somewhere. Then there's paracord. You always need to have paracord because it's very useful for building shelters and setting up tents or performing a dozen other tasks. And it's not a bad idea to have a backup water filter too here, just in case your primary filter malfunctions. You should also have a waterproof bag of some sort so you can put away anything that's wet, that's gotten soaked or dirty without getting the rest of your car wet or muddy. There's also a blanket tucked in there, and mylar blankets are good because they're basically plastic, so they don't absorb any water. Now, a rain poncho is another essential, especially if you live up north. You can use it as a shelter or just as a straight poncho to stay dry. Another medical kit and a rugged pair of gloves. So you've clearly got to have good gloves in your vehicle kit because you're going to be working with your engine to fix it sometimes or fiddle with things. Another interesting item is the kukri. It's the kind of blade Gurkha warriors use, and it's fantastic for your vehicle kit. You'd find it's great for camping and cutting kindling. It can chop some kinds of wood. It can cut through brush. It's good for building a shelter. Then there are camp soap, in case you have to basically take a shower, and a gas siphon to get fuel out when you need it. And a mini solar panel is another smart add. And then there's dryer lint. It's a simple trick, but it'll make starting fire much easier when you're in a crisis and you want things to be as simple as possible. So dryer lint does work for starting fires. Here's a bandana. There's a kit in there here as well, various items like a cup, flashlights, more flashlights, matches. And there's another massive blade here, a custom one from a survival expert. It's a solid knife that'll do the job if you got to hack something down or build a shelter. And lastly, you've got emergency rations buried in there. You've got bars, like energy bars so you can eat on the go, and then some better survival food tucked away at the bottom for when you really need it. So you have to have a steel canteen as well. You want to get the metal kind instead of a plastic one because then you can put it directly over a fire to cook or boil water in an emergency. And it's good to keep, for longer trips, it's good to keep a single element portable burner or whatever they're called, furnace or something. And that can boil your goods. And this way you can still filter your water, put it in there and carry it around, but you have to make sure it's a high quality container to be able to handle the heat. Sometimes I carry extra gas in a jerry can if I need to go on a long drive. And here we have the Versa rescue knife. It's designed for self-rescue and comes with a lot of features. It has a seatbelt cutter, a glass breaker, and even a mini pry bar. So it's built to help you get out of tough spots quickly. And you can get these at versarescueknife.com. And as I said in the previous talk, even though it's not in here right now, you can't go without a satellite phone because that is your only reliable means of communication when you need to survive with your car for some time and it's broken down somewhere. So definitely don't forget that. And even better, sign up with BCAA. It's just over $100 per year and they give you free towing and they give you free mobile repairs. It's great.